State Democratic Party has filed an ethics complaint against the governor. Good afternoon. I'm Dave Morris from the Oklahoman's video studio, joined by Rick Green from our Capitol Bureau. And sir, the Oklahoma Democratic Party filed a complaint against Governor Fallin on Thursday, alleging misuse of office and misuse of authority. What can you tell us about this complaint?
Well, there have been a few different issues that have arisen involving the governor's office in recent months. One that received a lot of attention was kind of an unusual situation where her daughter, Christina Fallin, came out and was living in a trailer outside the governor's mansion for a period of months. And some questions were raised as to whether that's a proper use of those grounds. Ultimately, it was found that the land use regulations for that area precluded such a occupancy, and she moved. So that was one of the things that came up. This is mentioned by the Democratic Party in their filing with the Ethics Commission today, and they had a couple other issues as well.
In fact, the Democratic Party Chairman Mark Hammond said in the complaint that there have been public reports that the Oklahoma Business Roundtable defrayed a portion of the trip.
That's right. The governor went on an economic development trip to France, and this is something that governors have done over the years, and previous governors as well. And the business community sometimes helps defray those costs, and it's a pretty typical arrangement. And yet, whenever there's business involvement in state travel, questions can be raised. And so this is another issue that the Democratic Party is raising. And finally, there is a third issue involving a doctor who was up for disciplinary hearings before a state panel. And these hearings had lasted really about 3 years. And there became some pressure to try to resolve it one way or another. And the governor's legal counsel asked the panel if it could be resolved, not saying how it should be resolved, but after all this time, could it be resolved? And this has also engendered some controversy as to whether that's a proper role to have a representative of the governor's office make a recommendation or request of a state panel in that way.
This complaint was filed with the State Ethics Commission. You contacted them, and what was their response?
Lee Slater, who's the executive director of the commission, said that he does not comment on complaints filed with the commission. The standard operating procedure, though, is for the commission itself to meet and determine what it will do in the way of proceeding or not, well, whenever a complaint is filed.
Very good. Rick Green from the Oklahoman's Capitol Bureau. Thanks for your time and analysis today. We appreciate it. More coverage from Rick can be found in the Oklahoman and online at newsok.com.